Continue now with our lead story. Donald Trump returning to the factor. As you may remember, a man in New Hampshire asked Mr. Trump some questions about Muslims, which he did not answer directly. That caused the media to go nuts.
In a country that is very armed, that somebody that will be carrying a weapon will go to a mosque tomorrow or after tomorrow and will start shooting people. And then these people will have blood on their hands, all of them. Carson, 2 points here. And Ted Cruz.
Rejoining us now from New York City, Donald Trump. What do you say to that? If somebody shoots up a mosque, you're responsible.
Well, I think it's terrible what's going on. I can tell you in New York City, they used to go in and check and do a lot of different things, and now they're not doing any checking. And I think, frankly, the question that was asked of me in New Hampshire, which was a packed house and a lot of enthusiasm, I just didn't want to respond to the question. It's the first time I've ever been sort of made controversial by not responding to a question. But they wanted me to defend President Obama, and he can defend himself. I don't have to defend Obama.
Okay. But, I mean, look, the media is not going to give you a fair shake, and they're just not. But that brings us to me and you. All right? You're on record as saying that I've been fair to you, and I believe I have. So let me ask you a couple of questions. And if they're unfair, you tell me if they're unfair.
All right.
Am I fair to say that in order for you to win the Republican nomination, that you're going to have to change your style and be a bit kinder and more mature? Is that a fair question?
Well, I think it's fair. I think the word mature is not appropriate, but I think it's certainly fair. I think that, as you know, I'm leading every poll, and most polls I'm leading very big. In New Hampshire, in Iowa, if you look at what just came down, South Carolina, the polls all number one, so I can't be doing so badly, Bill, but it's not going to be a question of nice. I think I'm a nice person. I have great relationships. You know me well. I help people. I love people. But it's not going to be a question of that. It's going to be a question of competence, because people are tired of being pushed around by every country in the world, every single thing. We haven't had victories.
But you have to be kind of presidential. I'm going to run a clip now of something you recently said, and then I'm going to ask you another question, which may be unfair. If it is, you tell me. Roll the tape.
You have this clown, Marco Rubio. I've been so nice to him. I've been so nice. I've been so nice. And then, no, but he's in favor of immigration, and he has been. He has been. It was the Gang of Eight, and you remember the Gang of Eight. It was terrible.
All right. Now, would I be unfair to say to you, which I would if we were at a Yankee game, hey, calling Senator Rubio a clown was not presidential?
No, I don't think it'd be unfair, but I have to tell you how that all started. I was getting along with him perfectly fine 2 weeks ago. Everything was fine. I don't really know him. And all of a sudden, he attacks me about nothing, but really attacked me quite viciously. And I fought back. I told people that he has one of the worst voting records. He has the worst voting record in the Senate. He never shows up. I mean, he's not going in for votes, and that you can't do. He's weak on immigration, unbelievably weak on immigration. And I'm all about strong on illegal immigration and other things. So I mentioned it, and I said it loudly. But again, I'm a counterpuncher. He hit me all of a sudden.
Okay,
Same thing with Rand Paul. Rand Paul was so nice.
I didn't mind the Gang of Eight stuff. He's calling him a clown.
He was a member of the Gang of Eight.
That's not presidential. All right, final question.
Okay, listen. Excuse me, Bill. He was a member of the Gang of Eight, which was a disaster. He was totally weak on immigration.
But
and by the
fine.
way, he hasn't changed.
But it's the clown stuff that's not fine. Last question.
Well, okay. I can understand that.
Okay, good. You have the highest.
But he hit me very viciously.
But on policy, you have the highest unfavorables in the polls. All right? More people don't like you than any other candidate. Is it fair to ask you why you think that is?
Well, I also have the highest positives in the poll.
Yeah,
that's why I'm leading
Howard
every
Cosell.
poll.
Remember
so
Howard?
It's a combination.
Yeah, he was like Howard Cosell.
I guess, I think you can see this. I've done very well over the last number of months in terms of getting the unfavorables much better. If you look at New Hampshire, I'm doing great with respect to favorable, unfavorable, very positive. Iowa, the places that I'm going to a lot, South Carolina, I'm doing great in that category. So I think when people see me, when they see I want to make America great again, they all of a sudden say, we really like him. I'm actually a nice person. I try very hard to be a nice person.
You're going to grow on us then. You're going to grow on.
Well, when I go to Iowa, New Hampshire, and South Carolina, they really like me, and my favorables are great there because they see me a lot.
I got it. The more you see you, the more you're going to like you. Now, fair interview?
For
Was
whatever reason.
Fair? Everything fair? Are we good?
You were very fair. You're always fair.
Oh, yeah. All right.
Almost.
And we're almost, I know. Okay, and we appreciate you coming on, and we hope you'll do many more with us because you're a fascinating guy.